Lincoln Park is one of the oldest African American communities in Montgomery County, dating back to the 1850s. It was one of the first real estate ventures in Montgomery County intended for sale to Black people. Since then, Lincoln Park has evolved into one of the most diverse neighborhoods in Rockville. One of the many reasons why Lincoln Park's legacy of diversity continues to thrive is community leader and lifelong resident Fran Hawkins.
As far back as I can remember, I would say around the 1920s, but some of my great-great-grandparents went back further than that. Up on the cemetery, Polly Wood was my great-great-grandmother, and she was born in 1854, and she died in 1920.
She remembers when Horner's Lane had houses, and when industry came to build businesses and bought her family's home, they didn't resist the change. Instead, they took that money and moved to another part of Lincoln Park.
Back in the late 60s, my mother wanted to build a house right on the street, on the property that she owned across the street, but the zoning was changed, and she didn't know it. And when she went to build a house, she couldn't. So her lawyer advised her that the land was far more valuable now, being industrial than residential, and she took the money and moved up the street. Yeah, that's what she did. And that house is still there. It is still occupied by her granddaughter.
Fran and her sister Wilma Shelton Bell are both iconic figures in this neighborhood. Back in 2015, Lincoln Terrace Park was renamed Wilma Shelton Bell Park to honor her sister's legacy as a leader in the community. And Fran's work with the community continues today. She served as the president of the Lincoln Park Civic Association for 15 years and still remains a very active part of the association.
Well, the Civic Association addresses concerns that comes up in the community, and we're just trying to hold on to the community the best we can, because this is what we love, this is what we know.
Fran's love for this community has stood the test of time, welcoming new families with open arms.
I got the best neighbors in the world, and I love all of them, and I hope they love me.
Fran Hawkins, community leader, will continue to mentor and make sure that the saying, "neighbors helping neighbors," will always be the driving force of the legacy of Lincoln Park.
Everybody knew everybody. I love Lincoln Park, and I'll never move.